Good evening. We are joined here today by three-time PCAC Coach of the Year, women's head volleyball coach, Bobbie Jo Stall-Vest. Did I say that right?
Yeah,
Recently got married 2 years ago, and I always have to hyphenate that. It's
3 years ago.
Stall-Vest.
We had
Coach,
that. We had the
thank
gap year, the COVID year, which doesn't count.
there you go. Well, I appreciate you joining us here today, and excited for the upcoming season. And looks like everything is somewhat getting back to normal with scheduling, with practice, and so on. Hey, I always start off this way with all the coaches that I talk to for our previews. How are you doing? How are our girls doing? And especially now that we're about 9 days away from the start of the season, tell me where we at. Are we ready to go?
Well, I'm doing very well. The girls are doing really well. We've had a lot of good work done over here in the summer. And yeah, are we ready? I guess we'll find out in 9 days, but we definitely have some work to do and some things to figure out between now and then, but that's pretty normal for this point in the season.
Sure.
But we've made a lot of progress in the last few weeks, and I'm really optimistic about the potential of the squad. The girls are really bought in and they really want a successful season. So we're excited.
Got it. Yeah, I follow you guys on Instagram, and just a couple of days ago, it looked like you guys were doing some team bonding out and around San Diego. Tell me what that was about, and tell me why is that important heading into the season.
We always want to do some team building activities with to just sort of get everybody together
Uh-huh.
socially. And this group of girls, again, they're really bought in. They're doing stuff on their own, and we're also facilitating some really fun San Diego type
Sure.
adventures. Had a buddy with a sailboat who agreed to take the girls out for a really fun adventure and a day off when the gym wasn't available
Uh-huh.
to us. So it was an awesome experience and a lot of fun. But yeah, we think it's important to connect on a personal level.
Of course, I must have missed the text message and the email inviting me to join you guys, so I won't hold that against you this season.
Next year, next
There you
year.
go. Hey, 22-5 last season, going 13-1 in the conference. I believe the only conference loss the team had was against Grossmont College, the first meeting, and then you guys had the revenge a couple of weeks later, beating them 3-2. 13-1, you can't really do much better. What do you remember most about last season?
Last season was really special just because we had come off of such a huge, almost 2 year long break. So
Uh-huh.
I think just the gratitude and gratefulness to be able to play and the fact that nobody was taking the season for granted and that everybody that was there really wanted to be there. So there was just that extra level of gratefulness, gratitude, and buy in that sometimes you have to try to cultivate, but it was just already there because people were really grateful to be there. And so were we. And fortunately, we also had a really talented group and a really successful season. So that
Mm-hmm.
was just, cherry on top.
Absolutely. One heck of a squad. Six players named all conference, including obviously superstar Haley Henderson, who was named conference MVP. You also had Sophia Jarosz, Isabel Bakken, Maddie Harris, Antoinette Trakanova, and Hannah Cardone. That's a tough squad, right? In any team, that's a tough squad. Can you tell us the status of the players coming in? Who's still here and who's moved on?
Yeah, so we have 12 returners this year.
Uh-huh.
Actually, we had 13 returners, and Kylie Lyons recently moved on and got
That's
a
right.
scholarship offer kind of last minute to Cal State East Bay, which is a great
East Bay.
opportunity for her. Cal State East Bay, yeah. But we have 12 returners, which is massive for us. We've never had that many returners as long as I've been the head coach at Mesa, so that's a huge advantage. We have 5 incoming girls to round out our squad of 17, and 2 of them are transfers, and the rest are true freshmen. But we have Kyla returning, who was one of our
Mhm.
starting liberos last year, and Nicole Eden is returning. Isabel Balkins returning, who's huge for us last year and stoked for this year. We have Haley Cordone. Hannah Cordone's younger sister is back
Oh,
on the
okay.
squad. Sophia Jarosz has come back for a second year and has a lot of potential to be a big impact player this season. We have Izzy Rastani, who's a returner, setter. We have Maya Jesse. We have Kai Uchiyama, our girl from Japan, who we kind of just found on campus, who ended up being a starting libero at the end of last season and is returning this year and has done really well. We're stoked about our transfers. We got a Division I transfer in Tori Goff from Cal Baptist, who's
Okay.
a high-level player and has played at a high level and very experienced and definitely elevates the level of our team. We have Brianna Sapara, who's a transfer from San Diego Christian, who's also in the libero position, who, again, really makes that position even better. And then we have a great group of redshirt freshmen returning, as well as some freshmen straight out of high school that are all great kids with a great ton of potential and ability to help us possibly immediately. So
sure. Hey, we're obviously losing our 6-foot outside hitter in Henderson. She's going to be tough to replace. I mean, she was everything, right? How do you offset losing someone that important within the team?
Really, it's about always making sure that you are recruiting impact players constantly and retaining the returners that you've trained in the previous years, who are ready to step up into those big roles. We were pretty well-rounded last year. It wasn't just a one-dimensional team, and a lot of those girls that were surrounding Haley are returning, and they're really eager to step up and lead.
Yeah. Once again, we are joined by women's head volleyball coach Bobbie Jo Stall-Vest, joining us here today, getting ready for their season opener. Coach, third straight PCAC title, advanced to the third round of the SoCal Regional Playoffs last season. You were heavy favorites against Long Beach City. Obviously, you guys were upset, but Lady Luck came around. You guys were awarded the win due to a ineligible player, and then moved forward, beating Moore Park. What was that like last season? And were there any lessons on that first match against Long Beach that we should probably not overlook or be better at?
That's the main thing, is you can't overlook anyone when you get into the playoffs, especially in the Southern region. Anybody can beat anybody. In fact, last year, the number 16 team knocked off the number 1 team in playoffs, which is the first time that's ever happened. So you really can't assume anything. You have to earn everything and respect every single opponent you come across. I think more than ever, there's a really good amount of depth of talent in the Southern region. It's not super top heavy like it's been in the past. So really, it's just you can't take any of your opponents for granted. You have to earn everything, and you have to play really well towards the end of the season. You can't have slip ups because then your season's over. So
of course.
So I think everybody definitely learned a lot from that experience.
Of course, you're kind of leading me to my next question about peaking at the right time. Last season, the team was 5-0 in November before the playoffs. Is that the key to the success?
Well, it certainly helps to be peaking there at the end. And like I said, you have to have a lot of things have to fall into place. You have to be healthy at that point in the season. You have to be playing well at that point in the season. And again, you can't have any slip ups. And so you have to be super consistent. You have to be healthy. You have to be playing well. You have to sometimes get a little bit lucky, get a couple good breaks as well. And you also have to have a group of girls that are super bought in and excited and have kind of the gumption and tenacity to go all the way into December, which is when we play in the state championship. So it's why it's really difficult to get to the state championship, because so many things have to go just right in order for you to get there.
Of course. Coach, you've been successful the last couple of years. What separates your program from everyone else?
I think that we just really pride ourselves on developing all of the girls that come into our program and treating them with a lot of care. We really want them to be successful when they come here, develop, get exposure for the next level. And I think we do a really great job of surrounding ourselves with a great staff, creating a great culture that people want to be a part of, and ultimately giving ourselves a good chance to have some fun and win some championships.
There you go. Well, Coach, last season, 22-5, 13-1 in the conference, third straight PCAC title. Once again, I thank you for your time. Looking forward to your. Tell me, is there anything you want to tell your fans, your parents, and your supporters before our season opener?
Oh man, we have really awesome support from our family and friends alike and from around campus. And really, I'm just happy to see everybody back in the gym, and we have no restrictions. Everything's 100% back to pre-COVID time. So I'm really stoked about that. Excited to see all those wonderful people back in the gym and get to know some of the new ones as well.
Thank you for your time. We look forward to seeing you on Friday, August 26th, 5 p.m. at Mesa College. We are looking forward to hopefully bringing a fourth title to Mount Olympus, and let's go get them.
All right. Thank you, Bo.